Hello everyone, Kim Dahl, the Director of Sales and Marketing for the Reserve at Mills Farm. Thanks so much for joining us last week as we launched our very first Kim Talks. I get so excited about this community, where we're located, our amenities, and the living options that we offer to our residents. But as vibrant and as exciting as this community is, our people is what will define us as a community and the care that we provide. With that being said, I want to share with you our core values: individuality, excellence, celebration, respect, choice, vitality, trust, honor, and last but not least, joy in service. Let's get to know our people, our team. Everyone, this is Vinson Bankoski, and he is our Executive Director. How are you today, Vinson?
I'm doing great, Kim. Thanks very much, and welcome everybody.
Thank you. So tell us a little bit about your role here at the Reserve at Mills Farm.
My role here at the Reserve at Mills Farm. So, as Executive Director, it is largely a generalist role, and what I mean by generalist role is, I'll have my hands in every little thing and kind of nothing at the same time. We will hire, as this segment is really focusing on, the very best people that we can find, very much like yourself, to have specific roles on the team. And so my role that way, hopefully, is to kind of get a certain cohesion among the team, to some degree for our residents and family members that will come to the community. To some degree, the mayor of our little city here at the Reserve at Mills Farm. And just try to make sure that the operation continues to run smoothly, essentially.
Great, and all of our residents are cared for.
Certainly our residents are cared for, and our team members are cared for, and our family members. Anybody that really comes into the community is welcomed and has the right access and the right resources they need to go ahead and provide the wonderful experiences and maintain the beautiful spaces that we've got here.
Great. So I want everyone to get to know you from a personal standpoint, if you don't mind. So here's a question for you.
Okay.
Who or what did you want to be when you grew up?
Who or what did I want to be when I grew up? Well, I suppose that so many of us have different trajectories that way in terms of inspirations in our lives and mentors and kind of goals and dreams. I was, first off, I guess as a good old American boy, I was a sports fan, and so the Boston Celtics, I was raised in New Hampshire Seacoast, and the Boston Celtics were my first love. And so, as I would tell people, I wanted to be a blend of JoJo White and John Havlicek, who were two prominent players of the Celtics. So, but that, though I was a pretty active athlete through high school and college years, certainly not to that level. But then it was, I think, the bigger inspirations and bigger kind of mentors in my life were, as they are for so many of us that are fortunate enough, my mom and dad. Both of them were educators. My mother was a math teacher, which was somewhat of an unusual kind of avocation or vocation, rather, in her case, as a woman in the 70s in an area, and frankly still today, dominated by men. And so she actually rose to the ranks of the chair of the math department at a very prominent school in New Hampshire. And so mathematics and science was pounded in my head pretty early on. The other side, my father was a college administrator and English teacher, so writing and effective kind of communication was always important to me as well. And so I think that it was being able to use those skills early on. I was a math major first in college. A little bit of my story relative to then becoming passionate about culinary arts and trained as a chef. But I guess that what really resonated with me very early on was my aunt, who was a child psychologist when I was about 9. There was a very difficult passing in the family that was occurring. And I was the first of my generation of kind of grandchildren and kind of kids on that side. And she identified in me early on as somebody that was really intentional about kind of keeping the flock of my generation together as a kind of family kind of caretaker, for lack of a better way of describing it. And I think that sense of caretaking and making sure that others are well cared for and loved and appreciated, I think was important to me pretty early on. And That's, when you ask me, what do I do in my job? That's kind of what I do in my job.
That was my next question. How
Yeah.
did what you want to be as a little boy growing up,
Yeah.
how does that relate to what you're doing now? And that was
I think
beautiful.
I think that it's there. It's I am a caretaker at heart. I take care of my family. It's I love doing it. I love seeing other people cared for. I love that other people feel that they're cared for and loved, and all of that stuff.
That's neat, because you're the head of our family here at the Reserve at Mills Farm. So
and a proud one.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So last question, and I know you talked a lot about why you chose what you do right now, but why what you do now? Why does that matter? Why does that make a difference? What's your level of satisfaction?
Yeah, well, I think fundamentally and at its core, it is because it does matter. I mean, we are entrusted with, we have the privilege of caring for and creating a wonderful home for other human beings that are, as I like to say, as our industry has transformed. I mean, in senior living, we have been trying to, I think, myth bust for years relative to this idea of, it's going back to the idea it's not your grandfather's Oldsmobile anymore, that we are not a nursing home kind of environment where we're built in a healthcare platform, but so much more than healthcare now. And there are negative connotations, I think, associated with our industry going back to the 70s and 80s. But we are, as a former professor kind of shared it with me, have the privilege of creating paths and opportunities for human beings in the third age. The first age kind of being adolescence, and you're growing up and you're learning what it means to kind of be alive on the planet.
Figuring it out. And
then you got the years where you're kind of earning a living by vocation and raising families. And then in the third age, you really have the opportunity as a human being, and we will have those residents that will hear, that can really tap into their avocations. Those dreams, those aspirations that maybe they didn't take the time to do as they were kind of building their families and kind of earning their keep, so to speak. And now we can go ahead and create all kinds of opportunities in our vibrant community to do that. And so it's critically important for us to take that seriously and to try to find every opportunity to help facilitate that process, not only for our residents and family members, but for our teams, in terms of creating that sense of empowerment, in terms of that what we do makes a difference every day. And I believe that.
It certainly does. Well, I just thank you so much, because I know your time is valuable, but as you can see, Vinson is the head of our family here, and we truly are a family and a community, and we are so excited to welcome all of you.